What's going on, gamers? Hopefully, y'all are enjoying that PSSR 2 update. So, we got some footage here by Major Ben. Now, I played Jedi Survivor on PC Game Pass or whatever, if I'm not mistaken, but he has it on PS5 Pro. This game definitely had some problems. So, let's see how good this game looks, right? We got a lot of comparisons to do here. I got Alan Wake 2 still downloaded, Silent Hill 2, Ghost of Yote. Yeah, I'll be doing that on my end with my capture card so I can show you guys the difference here. But let's see what Mr. Ben has to say here. Let me know what you guys think. Let's get into this. Like, comment, subscribe. Here we go. All right.
Today, rather than jumping into patched games, I'm looking at some games, or we're starting off with Jedi Survivor, which actually isn't patched but has a toggle. So if we go over to the settings to show you guys how to enable this on your PS5 Pros, you can go down to screen and video output, and you can toggle on the enhanced PSSR image quality. Now, this only works for any games that have PSSR in already. They won't work for a game like Elden Ring that doesn't have any form of upscaling. It has to have PSSR ready and available to actually work. And right off the bat, I can instantly say to you, this is a significant improvement.
Yeah, guys, this looks way better. And like he said, this is backwards compatibility, just so you guys know. Well, like he was saying, the reason why Elden Ring wouldn't get that because they would have to actually implement PSSR into the game. Once that happens, then it automatically gets supported. But that's for games that already had it, not games that are going to be getting it because there's no reason for that toggle. But that toggle is going to be for everything in the future for like PS6 and stuff like that, which is pretty nice. But I mean, right off the bat, look how smooth this is. It is absolutely better for sure. Because I remember looking at Digital Foundry footage and other footage.
I'm not going to flick between because it requires me restarting the game. This is more to show off image quality so you guys can see what you can now get with it. But you can obviously do that test for yourselves if you've got the game. But you've just got to... This is a significant increase to how the game looks. It was pretty rough before. The amount of shimmering on the grass, if I just pause here, that you would see if you go look at any games like Silent Hill as well, which we'll obviously be testing as well. This is so much better, and the detail retained is improved as well. Digital Foundry did a decent video yesterday talking about the image detail that's actually retained through various through the new upscaler. Essentially, it just looks far better. And it's just, yeah, you see so much shimmering. Like, the water's not perfect, like, by any means. Like, this isn't perfect, but it is a vast amount better to the point where the shimmering on any sort of grass or foliage was very poor. So we'll just explore, go around the world a little bit so you guys can see what to expect from this now, because the footage it should show off. I mean, it's very hard to get across because stuff like this is such, like, minor differences. That is the thing that it is hard to convey in footage. That's why people like Digital Foundry do zoom in so far, because it's kind of like, well, they need to show, God, I've not played this game in ages. It's really weird coming back to a game like this, but it's kind of difficult to show without zooming in on every single thing. So my videos are more there to show a realistic scenario rather than like Digital Foundry zooming in 3000%. My videos are here to just show you what the game actually looks like on the console. I don't do detailed tech breakdowns. I more want to show you, right, this is how the game now finally looks. This is the image quality that you get on PSSR 2 on PlayStation 5 Pro. And I gotta say,
Exactly, guys. And remember, you're not getting any performance dips. It is an improvement. So if you were getting 60 before, and this somehow manages to help you stabilize that and improves everything, I mean, it's a treat.
it looks absolutely fantastic. Like, this is such a vast improvement. And again, we'll be going through so many different games. I'll be going and looking at stuff like, you know, big bad ones that was like Silent Hill, which they have actually been fixed now, like fully. I'm glad to report that. How do you parry in this game? Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's it. I remember. And there was like abilities you had as well. Like, I can't quite remember how to play them all. These games are phenomenal, by the way. I'm actually going to go back and replay this game now because it just looks so much better, and it's just stunning. Like, it actually is stunning. Like, the fact that this is a console footage and it's not even patched. There's no improvement to the actual game itself. It's just brute forcing PSSR 2 into it with that toggle that we switched on. Now, you may get some issues with certain games, like some games may actually be worse if you now toggle on PSSR 2, if there's any sort of artifacting issues, it's not because of PSSR 2, it's just that override is there as something that you can use, but there may also be consequences and issues to using it in certain games. Obviously, we'll go through so many different games. Let me know in the comments what games you desperately want to see. But I've got to say, so far, I'm really, really impressed. Like, this is a world. I picked this specific planet because of the foliage, and I remember being on this planet in my...
Yeah, I love this game. I beat part 1 and part 2, and I have to say, yeah, this is impressive because I remember the footage on this game. And this is what we're talking about, guys, where you don't have to sit there and wait on a developer to actually patch the game because Sony sent you the firmware update last night, and you're like, all right, now let's wait on a patch to come out of the game. No, if you owned all those games that had PSSR before, they all immediately get an improvement. So until you're waiting on an official patch, you have something that's like, yeah, whether you do or not, it looks a lot better. It is improved like a damn patch, and I'm able to just get on and enjoy it. There's a lot of games to check out. Another one is Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. Oh, man, that game had some issues. Star Wars Outlaw had some issues. Silent Hill, Dragon's Dogma. I mean, there's definitely some games to test. Ghost of Yotei didn't. That game looked incredible already, but I can't wait to see how much better it looks. Alan Wake 2, I'm going to be doing that myself. But yeah, I mean, this looks very clear, and there's no drops, nothing.
Original stream when I got the PS5 Pro day one, all the other planets looked pretty good, but as soon as I got to this one, I was like, there's definitely some, you know, quite significant artifacting issues going on here. So, and it's so nice to know that these are actually been fixed. It's just,
yeah,
that was close. I think you have to dodge those ones, right? The red attacks. I can't really remember. But yeah, no, it's good to be back doing YouTube. I'm really excited. Like, Dragon's Dogma 2 as well is one that I definitely want to dive back into because that had some issues. We can just test every game, but definitely, you know, put comments down below as to any games that you are, like, really interested in seeing. I can make a list from all your comments as to, like, the top ones that people want to see, and we can kind of go that way about it. We can actually get some good stuff going there. So I'm just going to keep running around playing the game, and I'm just trying to see if I can actually see any issues from what was there before, because it's not doing it. Like, even if I stop, like, this grass would all be like, you know, that shimmering we all know from, like, a Silent Hill game.
Yeah, it's noisy.
This one, it's just not there. And I'm interested to do Star Wars Outlaws as well, because Star Wars Outlaws is another one that's just, like, had some of that artifacting, especially on water details. Like, we'll go in the water, actually. The water's not perfect. I don't necessarily know if it's anything to do with the new PSSR. I don't think well, actually, to be fair, no, it's vastly better than it was. There's still some like artifacting and shimmering like around the character, like it's not as sharp. But to be honest, I think that's because it's just it is upscaling still. Like in the end of the day, it's still upscaling from a very low resolution. One thing we'll do as well, I don't know if I can show off the 30 FPS mode, but I'm pretty sure the 30 FPS mode potentially doesn't use any form of upscaling. I'm not entirely sure if it uses PSSR. So I don't know if there's any point showing this. I mean, it's still significantly sharper. Like, look at the detail and stuff in 30 FPS mode. But there's no artifacting there, so we're all good. Even if it is using PSSR in that mode, the main mode that was always a problem is that performance mode, and I'm just so happy to say it's fixed. But
yeah, that's what everybody cares about. Definitely on consoles, you want that 60 frames per second because it's getting to the point now. These games look so good. I want my 60 frames, and I want it to be, you know, clear and have that clarity. And we're pretty much getting that here in this video on Jedi Survival.
The fact that the good thing is, like, when we're talking about stuff like PS6 in the future that we've talked about in a lot of videos, like the fact that when we go to that 30 FPS mode, if you imagine that visual quality at 60 on the next console, that's what you can expect. And to me, when people say it's not that vast a difference, it really is. Like, the difference between 60 FPS and then 30 FPS on the PS5 Pro, visual quality wise, is still very much like visible. We may be getting the 60 FPS mode kind of at on the base PS5, the 30 FPS mode on the base PS5 at 60, but it's still not fully there, like, you know. Oh yeah, you can lock on in this game. I'm doing a great job of this. I don't know, how do I heal? I don't even know where my...
So guys, there it is. Here goes the footage and improvements of Jedi Survivor. We see this already. I want you guys to let me know what you think about this. I know everybody remembers this game had problems just like Silent Hill and all those other games. I mean, the grass was just... all of it was like, oh man, I'd rather just go to quality. Now I'm stuck at 30 frames on net. No, you know what I mean? But now it's playable. The game is cheap to get now too. You know they're working on a third one. Let me know what you guys think. Once again, told you I was not overhyping this. As you see, look at that backwards compatibility improvement. We're not just talking about waiting on a patch. This is how good it is with you not having to wait on anything. It just automatically does it for you. That denoising technique that they have now with Mark Cerny and AMD, they have definitely improved together. And this is good because AMD is improving more. And you always want this for more competition. Definitely when it comes to NVIDIA lately. Good Lord. All right, y'all, let me know what you think. Once again, keep gaming no matter what platform you're on. Peace.